Hello, crafty friends. My name is Jessica, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I have for you another ink blending trio video for the Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated Inks. Now, we thought we were done, but after those last videos, they did release two more trios. So, this is the newest one. This is Cookie, Gingerbread, and Cocoa. And I can't talk about ink blending without talking about my favorite paper. That is a 130-pound Simon Says Stamp cardstock. It is beautiful to blend on, especially with these inks. I love it so much. It's my absolute favorite. So we're going to go ahead and get started with just this brown trio. Now, Cookie, Gingerbread, and Cocoa, of course, make me have all of the holiday nostalgia, but it's a really beautiful kind of more of a warmer brown. Now, when we get towards the end, I'm going to show you how it compares to the cappuccino, latte, and mocha so that you can see the differences in the browns. Because at first, they kind of look the same, but I can assure you they are very different. Now, this is how I clean my brushes. I use a Simon Says Stamp microfiber cloth, and I just rub my brushes off on that when I'm transitioning between colors. So I always start with the lightest, and that's just to ensure that there's not extra dark ink on my brushes when I go to use that lighter color. So I start with the lightest, then I work my way to the darkest, and I'm just wiping off those brushes in between. You can see I have it over there on the left. And just when I want to go back into the gingerbread, I wipe it off really, really good. And I do eventually go back into the cookie as well. So it's just a matter of making sure that that brush is clean. I find I don't have any issues when I do this. Now, here's the first trio. This is cookie, gingerbread, and cocoa. Now we're going to go ahead and do a quick ink blend cleanup. This is my waffle flower grip mat. I have used this since the beginning. Very, very much love it. I am using it with one of the clear plastic sheets on the back so that I can pivot it while I'm ink blending. Now this next trio we're going to do is Bubblegum, Peony, and Cookie. A nice little pinky brown kind of combo. This one might be my favorite out of all of our trios here today. But what I really like about this waffle flower grip mat with the plastic sleeve on the back is that I can pivot this paper without having to pick it up and replace it. So when you're touching your ink blending, sometimes your fingers can have moisture on them or oils, and it leaves little spots on your papers. I think I end up having one in one of the panels here today, and you can't get them off. It's very, very hard. So that's why I like to leave this clear plastic on. And also, I have this new glass media mat. So it's extra spinny when those two surfaces are together. So it just allows for me to pivot my paper and my workspace here to ensure that I'm getting this really good blend. Now, this is Bubblegum, Peony, and Cookie. Now, notice that it looks a little bit splotchy. The really great things about these inks is they dry back beautifully. So it's going to appear splotchy. There are more colors that appear more splotchy than others, but it's going to smooth out and it'll blend just totally seamless. I promise. It doesn't look like it, but if you pay attention up there in the corner, you're going to see that over time it's going to look a little bit more smoothed out and less kind of fracted there with the colors. Now, up next, we have butter, artichoke, and gingerbread. Just a fun kind of gardeny color scheme here. I'm a big spring summer girl, so these are the colors that I tend to gravitate to the most, the bright, shiny colors. Not so much more the muted, but muted colors have their place. But this one's really good for a garden scene. You know, you could keep this as a background for some floral die cuts or other kind of, earthy toned things that you might be creating. Artichoke is one of my favorite colors used on my greenery die cuts. And this one was a little dry. I'm making a return back to my craft room. And so the way that I like to ink these up after they've been sitting for a little bit and maybe dry out is I take the Erie inker and I spread it out on a pretty thick line on one side of the ink pad. And then I use typically a bone folder that I don't use for paper. And I use that to kind of spread the ink slowly across the whole surface of the pad. Now, I didn't have my designated inking bone folder handy, so I did end up using just a little spatula. You want to use something that you're not concerned about getting ink on and transferring to your projects. So that's why I dedicate an old bone folder just to that so that it doesn't create any kind of messes in the future. So this is butter, artichoke, and gingerbread. Another quick clean. I'm really loving the glass media mat and the way that it cleans up so beautifully. I am also using my go-to squeaky clean from Brutus Monroe. I just restocked. I love the scents. It makes crafting just that little bit extra fun with having those fun smells. Now we're going to go to our last trio. This is Marine, Raindrop, and Cocoa. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more of a masculine feeling color toned. We had that kind of with the previous color blend, but this one's going to come in and just really be a little bit more on the masculine side. So we're getting started with Marine. That's a really beautiful blue, probably the truest blues in the Positively Saturated line. And then we're going to go ahead and add this Raindrop. Now, again, remember these colors dry back really beautifully when they've sat. So we've got a little bit of some splotching going on with the Raindrop. I do notice that this tends to be something that's really prevalent in these more muted colors where they look really splotchy until they've had an opportunity to smooth back. So you're just going to want to give them a little extra time. I do end up hitting these panels with my heat gun, so you'll see them a totally different feel for them at the end of the video. So this would also be a really great beach scene if you wanted. You had little underwater greeneries, maybe some mermaids, some starfish. I think of Lawn Fawn, really cute little sets. I know Simon Says Stamp has one. This would be great for that. You could use the brown for the bottom of the ocean, and then it gets lighter as the sun gets closer to the water. Really great opportunities to mix it up, but also it could be a really great masculine card. Throw it through an embossing folder, give it a little bit of texture, and add the sentiment of your choice. Now I did go ahead and dry those off camera here, so then we're going to go through them. You can see that that green one did end up getting a little bit of some kind of oil on it, so you can see the streaking of it. But this is cookie, gingerbread, and cocoa next to cappuccino, latte, and mocha. Now the panel on the left has been sitting for quite some time. That was one of the previous ink trios that I had done. So it does dry back pretty smooth. Now this is bubblegum, peony, and cookie, a beautiful pinky color. Butter, artichoke, and gingerbread. I did get a little bit of oil there for my fingers on it, so you can see how that kind of changes the look of the coloring. And then this is marine, raindrop, and cocoa. Now I am working on my recording setup. The lighting isn't quite the best. I really recommend that you head over to Instagram to see the photos, and I hope that you had a beautiful day.